And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Ultra Love, we have our South Korean Terran player, the Red Terran, representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the Blue Protoss player from land of Poland, representing Offside Esports. It is Krystianer. Here we go. Have our players ready for us. We have our semis ready. We are jumping in. If you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamma time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck. Best of luck in the chat. As we have our first of two semifinals. First things first, economic opener. Economic opener here out of ByuN, going for the rack expand. So far, so good. Likewise, Krystianer across the map, setting up as well. Going to be settling in, going for his own gate expand or gate cyber expand. Moves out with his probe scouts. I mean, I don't blame him. It is not uncommon for a player like ByuN to proxy. So Krystianer will confirm. Does confirm the racks, does confirm the single gas, and should be feeling pretty safe. Should be feeling safe and sound. As Krystianer, he will pull away. Does pull away. Even going for the Cybercore after the expansion, so slightly greedier here from Krystianer, slightly greedier. ByuN going for the CC on the high ground just to be safe, just to be secure. And for the most part, we are just settling into our first game. No major signs of aggression, more greed than anything. Just ByuN being a little bit safer with that positioning of the command center, but outside of that, we're getting into our game. We're calming down, baby, we're calming down. But I am a little bit concerned when it comes to our overall matches here. I am aware that Skillus, he does have another tournament that he has to play in, so I'm a little bit concerned about that. For those who are unaware, Skillus, he is scheduled to play in a couple of hours in the WarDTV, not Monday, WarDTV February playoffs. He's in the playoffs, and I believe he's playing against Clem. So I do know that he has other matches to play tonight, and hopefully everything lines up and there's nothing to worry about. This event, the Sparkling Tuna Cup, did start 1 hour later than usual, so that may have messed with with his schedule, I should say. Hopefully everything works out. I would hate to see a forfeit in the semis or in the finals, but it is possible. So a little bit anxious about that, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Hopefully everything works out well and we're able to play at our matches without any issue. Hopefully we're able to calm down. What's that Brazilian art? True. No. All the arts, baby, all the arts. As ByuN is going to be expanding. Taking his natural. Behind this we have our 1-1-1. And ByuN setting up for a Hellion drop. Oh my god, okay. No proxy, but back at home instead. So it's building up those Hellions, getting ready for that drop across the map. Krystianer, for the time being, is unaware. His scout was denied. He's going towards his own blink-based opener. Second gateway's on the way, so 2-gate blink out of Krystianer into a third. Economic build. And he does not see the drop. And I assumed it was going to be a Hellion drop. My apologies, we're going for a Marine drop with Hellions to support. So Hellions on the ground, Marines in the sky. And Krystianer, remember, he has the bare minimum to defend. He's warping in 2 Stalkers at a time. Gonna have, I believe, 4 in total. Yeah, 4 Stalkers. Can he hold on? Ideally, the drop wants to distract Krystianer, and then we create an opening here at the natural. Krystianer, he does wall off. Whew. Does fully wall off. Hellions, they do not get in. And Krystianer defends. He deflects the drop. He walls up the natural, and he holds. So far, so good. If you recall, we had a similar build and a similar setup previously today with Nickrat versus Azura, where Nickrat was able to pull Azura apart. Here, again, Krystianer, he had the wherewithal to fully wall. He was aware that he was quite limited with what he had to defend. So Krystianer holds. Nicely done. Nicely done. There's a reason why Krystianer, he is the tuna. He is the Krystianer, if you will. He has won the most Sparkling Tunas out of any player out there. He can hold his own. for those that are curious, when it comes to the hierarchy of Sparkling Tuna Cup, ByuN is number 2. ByuN, he is the second most player with the most wins. So second only to Krystianer. And they're facing off in the semis. There you go. It's Krystianer's number 1 and ByuN is number 2. But only one of them can make it to the finals. Only one. So we are building up. Getting to our 3-1-1 setup. Stim is on the way. Observer was spotted. Krystianer pulls back. Behind this, he got away with his faster third base, getting it saturated, working towards his own bait, towards his own splash damage. We're gearing up towards the mid-game. No major signs of aggression. Yes, ByuN was active earlier, that is true, but from here, ByuN, he's waiting for his upgrades. He's waiting for Stim, combat shields, then he can expand and take his third base, then he can start moving out. As the Raven does harass, gets a couple of probe kills. That's 3 probes going down. But the Colossus are on the way. What was the abstract arts? Miyamika? I feel like there's a lot of abstract arts. There's Miyamika, Eric as well. True, true. Can also call them art, 100%. Just go. True, true. We didn't have Geralt today, unfortunately. No Geralt today. Was suspiciously absent from today's sign-up list. Feels bad, man. As ByuN does boost across the map. Likewise, here comes the main push. Krystianer, he's distracted. Auto target here into the third base. Drop comes in. It's going for the production. Do you get a warp in? Zelset buying time. They're buying time for the main army to rotate, but alas, the target firing is too good. And ByuN breaks through, takes down the Zealot, takes down the Stalker. Goes to the Forge, and he will bring it down. He denies +1. And massive pickup here from ByuN. He cannot fight the Colossus head on. He will back up. Krystianer will defend, but he will lose an upgrade. So nice pickup here from ByuN. Denies +1 to catch up. Double Forge, double upgrades on the way. And here comes the main push. Comes the main army. Krystianer, he's not here to slow it down.
Probe count is being downsized.
Double jump into the main. Krystianer, he's not ready for this. He's out of position. Completely out of position. ByuN, what do we go for? The main base or the natural? Yeah, we're setting for the natural instead. Gateway's under fire. ByuN does reinforce. Krystianer, he's trying to rotate. Does have charge. Charge is done. Catch some reinforcements. Not bad. Can he break this position? That's a lot of Zealots. It does collapse in. Colossus, they pull away. Tanks are going down. Oh my god, there's one tank left. And Krystianer, he will defend. Whew. Good movement here with the Colossus. Likewise, Stalkers, they're ready in the main. They try to focus down those drops. The Medivacs. Not quite able to. He gets one. One Medivac goes down. Nice trades here by ByuN. Takes down 2-3 Stalkers. But he will lose everything. Yeah, one Medivac escapes. And Krystianer, I mean, he trades well. Now, a couple things happened here. On the one hand, yes, Krystianer, he shuts down the army, he cleans up all the tanks, he cleans up all the fire. Only one Medivac survives. But at the same time, did lose the fourth. I should say the fourth base was denied. He never quite took it. So he's stuck on 3 bases. You can see here, he's heavily oversaturated. He needs a base. He needs a fourth. So economically, Krystianer, he's in a rough position. But he does have the greater army, and he's moving out. I do like this. He's going to be pressing his advantage. He has a large army to work with, and he's pushing. And this might just be too much. Can Krystianer break through? Oh, he has no reinforcements. Decent swipes. Swipes going up. ByuN so far holding on to the expansion. Krystianer doesn't like what he sees. He pulls away. Does pull away. Respecting the Viking counts. Respecting the army. Has begun disruptor production, making 2 disruptors at a time. His 4th base almost done. And ByuN, he gets away with it. He gets away with losing his army. His 3rd base is still untouched. He's now getting a 4th base as well. He's maintaining himself. We're keeping up. Again, still very tense between our players. You can see Krystianer getting ready for his Zealot run by. As ByuN moves out, Krystianer, he's ready to dive in. Oh! Shot goes off. Zealot go off towards that natural. But they're reinforcements back at home, and ByuN turns everything around. Does turn around. We get a handful of SCVs. That's 2 SCVs going down. Barely anything. ByuN defense. Now can focus on his push. Shows those Novas. Disruptors are ready. Nova goes up. Oh, grazes the army. There's 1 Nova left. And the Nova will zone away. But the Colossus, they're falling. 1 Colossus goes down. There's 1 Colossus left. Novas are not good enough. And ByuN might just have too much here. Okay, he's breaking through. Breaks through the Disruptors. A Colossus stims on in. Krystianer is barely holding on and does reinforce with extra Zealots. He's surviving. But this is an expensive hold for Krystianer. Resetting the robo count, essentially. And ByuN is too much. ByuN, he might just have too much here. Loading up. Going for a drop. Krystianer, he pulls back. He needs more time for more Disruptors. Now, with the perfect Novas, Krystianer can still hold. But as he rotates to keep up with the main army, what do we see? A drop. See a drop into the main, and Krystianer, he's not ready. He is keeping up with the main army. But what matters here is that triple drop. There's the recall. Recalls into the main base. Archer's pylon gonna go down. Only depowering 1 gateway. Stalkers, they blink in at the same time. Nova goes up. Nice pre-split here by ByuN. Does avoid the Novas. Novas, they do not do well enough. And ByuN, he does it. He breaks the fourth. He breaks the main army. Stims in. Chases down the Disruptors. And Krystianer, he's in trouble here. Losing almost every Disruptor. ByuN, he takes down the base. And he has broken Krystianer. At this point, he has done it. There's still a Marauder in the main. Nexus should fall. Takes down 12 workers. Krystianer trying to build up an army. But again, that fight that we saw earlier at the 3rd base was just brutal. Losing all the Colossus, the Disruptors. It was just a very chaotic fight for Krystianer. And he was torn apart. And here comes ByuN. Pushing in from both sides. Collapsing on the would-be 4th base. He has just too much. GG gets called. Krystianer is broken. And ByuN will take game number 1. Whew. GG. ByuN does take a lead. Krystianer, he was keeping up for most of this game, but again, I'm referring to that first push in between the bases. We saw that ByuN was able to collapse and take down 2 Colossus. I want to say 2 or 3 Disruptors as well. Just some really rough losses. And Krystianer just could not sustain those losses either. Could not sustain them. With that, GG, ByuN takes a lead. And we'll see if he can extend that lead and take the series, or if Krystianer can bounce back and force the ace match. As game 2 is going to be on ley lines. Let's go. Let us go. We're getting to our next game. Oh, true. I forgot. True. You're not wrong. I was talking about how Geralt isn't here this time, but yes, Geralt, he did travel to the UK. He's at Epic Land. I did forget. My apologies. Did forget that Geralt, he is sleeping with Eba at the moment. They are sharing rooms. Is competing in Epic Land. Did forget. But here we go. We're getting into game 2 and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of ley lines. We have the red Terran player. We have the red Terran from South Korea leading the series 1-0, representing Shopify. It is ByuN. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the Polish Protoss player, the blue Protoss, representing Offside Esports. It is Krystianer. We go, as we are going to be settling in and calming things down. we are building up. We do have the eBay block from ByuN. Thankfully, Krystianer does spot this ahead of time. He does pull the boys, and he should be able to deal with this eBay without too much progression. Yes, he will focus it down. And so far, a nice start for ByuN. He does force some inefficient mining here. But Krystianer, he will still expand at the natural. Back at home, this should lead into a faster factory. Typically, as there's a cancellation. ByuN building up. Krystianer will expand. Now again, if Krystianer, if he had scouted this any later, if there was too much regression on the eBay, then Krystianer would have been forced to expand at the third location instead, and then ByuN could have been more aggressive and more active and tried to punish Krystianer. Alas, was able to shut it down. Now we can settle it. Back at home, ByuN does go for a later CC in the main, but does go for the racks into expansion. Going for an economic follow-up. Let's go. Let us go. As my eyes are on this probe, Krystianer just going back in. Krystianer, he wasn't able to confirm the CC, so he actually doesn't know how economic ByuN is being. So it looks like Krystianer, he wants to confirm. ByuN makes his way into the main. Getting eyes on the tech. Does Jimmy know? That's also why Jimmy isn't here. Yes, yes. He heard about what was happening with Geralt and Eva. Oh, no. Poor Jimmy. Oh, my God. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. I'll reach out to Jimmy. I'll make sure he's okay. I'll make sure he's... We'll reach out. We'll let him know there's other Zerg players out there. I mean, Jimmy's been playing a lot with young Jakob. He's been playing a lot with young Jakob as of late. So he'll be okay. He'll be okay. It's also why young Jakob isn't here either. Oh no. The drama. The drama. As Natural's not being taken. We see ByuN getting ready for his drop play. Adept does shade in, does get eyes on the setup. Oh, the body blocking. Not bad. Still will lose the probe, but the Reaper does fall. Back and forth trade. Krystianer, he spots the medevac. Yeah, he's aware of the drop, and he can keep up. Can keep up with the medevac. So far, so good. Delaying the drop, containing ByuN. As we have our take of choice, of course, going to be Blink-based opener. Now, as a reminder, last game we saw 2-gate Blink out of Krystianer. This time, once again, 2-gate Blink into a third. So, economic build out of Krystianer. We'll see if he can keep up. See if he can keep up. I shudder to imagine the unholy alliance between Geralt and Eva. Oh, no. Oh, no. Not like this. As ByuN's aggression continues, initially going for the Water Mine drop, of course, into the main base. The pylon may have just barely gotten a glimpse. Yeah. Krystianer, he knows. Does spot the drop, getting in position, and behind this going for Cloak Banshee. So ByuN is not slowing down. Going for his own cloak. Krystianer trying to keep up, throws down extra gateways. This time he doesn't go for a bay first. We saw that last game, going 2 gates into a robo, into a bay. This time, extra gateways and a forge. This time, a lot more gateway reliance from the side of Krystianer. Going to charge and +1, very gateway heavy. And so far, he is keeping up. Do we have any more observers, though? 2. 1 across the map, but 1 back at home. So these Banshees, they have potential. As the Banshees are building up and headed towards that natural. Krystianer's not fully aware. There is no tank, true. No tanks. He can go for the add-ons. He can, and he will. He's gambling. He's going for the top add-on. He will deny combat shields, but not Stim. It was 50-50. It was 50-50, Pappy. Stim will continue. Mind drop comes in. And here come those Banshees. And again, no detection, not at least not in position. Observer has to respond. 8, 9, 10 probe. Oh my god, 10 probes go down. And there's the recall. Krystianer being pulled apart here. 11 probes. Up to 12. Wouldn't mind gets saved. ByuN pulls away. And again, Krystianer, he just had no idea of the Banshees. Does blink in, takes out one. One Banshee goes down, but the other still survives. It's going to be a one-way trip. He commits. Gets up to 14, almost 15 probes. Ay, ay, ay. The damage is insane. That's almost a full mineral line. And with that, ByuN, he's perfectly fine back at home. He's building up. Remember, Stim was not delayed. So he can move out. Move out once again. Getting 2 more probes, 16. Medevac survives. Here comes the bush. And Krystianer, he needs to slow this down. He's in a rough position. Peeking away at the Marines. Not bad. Shave them off. 4, 5, 6 Marine kills. Gets a Marauder. Gets a Marauder as well. We'll lose the Observer. Observer does go down. Krystianer so far is keeping up. Catching another Marauder, trading 1 for 1. Doing everything he can to slow ByuN down. Drop back into the main base. Oh my god, another 3 probes, and he keeps the medevac alive. He pulls away. Ah, no. As ByuN sims in, pushes up the ramp, going for the 3rd base. He has finally broken free. No shield batteries. Well, the Mine Shot save pop off. Most Zealots will avoid that. Wouldn't mind going to go down. Krystianer, he's holding. He's holding on. The Colossus has arrived. And again, he did a great job slowing down that army earlier. Just picked off so many Marines and Marauders. He's holding. Oh no, the blink! So he's on cooldown. Krystianer, be careful. Calm down, Pappy, calm down. Getting a 4th. Going down his 4th base. Medevac still alive, by the way. Still in between the bases. Now we can calm down and take our bases. Gases are on the way. Getting ready for, of course, extra robos, extra production. Krystianer once again moving out. ByuN, he's setting up back at home, and he's building up towards Vikings and Ghosts. So ByuN, he's taking up. He's not pushing anytime soon. Does find the Observer. And trades out. Ooh. Catching 3 Stalkers. Catching 4. 4 Stalkers go down. They'll run right into the mineral line. Not bad. Catching ByuN with his pants down. Gets 3 SCVs. Goes back in. Keeping ByuN busy. Denying some mining. Ooh, but forced to recall. It did overextend. Does recall back home. Mine job back in once again. How many kills? 6 so far. Getting up to 7. Finally will fall. Oh my god, and ByuN is going for a Dream Drop. 4 full medevacs going out. And he's headed straight for that natural, and recall's on cooldown. Remember, it was just used. It was just used on the Zealots. Now Krystianer is being punished. He's got 2 robos, but they get depowered. Zealot run by does hit that mineral line, but the probes are falling one after the other. 17 probe kills, and the expansion, and the tech as well. It's just too much. Too many losses. Gets the robo. And you can always just pull away, or even just get another robo. Again, Krystianer just caught completely out of position. That recall earlier created an opening. And ByuN did abuse it. Did abuse that opening. As the recall was wasted. And now Krystianer is down a base. Down robos, down production. He's got 2 Colossus and 1 Disruptor. That's all he has. And his Gateway army, of course. But he's all in. At this point, Krystianer is all in. He has to go for the kill. It's either he kills ByuN or he dies trying. One way or another, it's about to end. Oh, brutal EMPs. EMPs, they pop off. Boys are being pulled. ByuN equal to lose them. Nova goes up. Ooh, doesn't connect. And no connection with the Nova. Despite that, Krystianer, he's pushing through. Not bad. The Colossus up, barely standing, but does fall. Now only Blink Stalkers, takes down the mineral line. At the same time, ByuN is popping up across the map. He's killing everything. Everything's on fire. ByuN, he barely survives, he barely holds. Meanwhile, the main base is in shambles. And Krystianer, he races back. Does race back. Hits the main base, takes down the pylons. And GG gets called. There's just nothing left in the main base. He was just torn apart, and ByuN will advance on to the grand finals. GG. Whew. GG, well played. ByuN does take the series, does advance on. Krystianer, he had his own moments, don't get me wrong, did have them, but unfortunately was pulled apart. ByuN was just all over him when it came to the aggression, the harassment, the drop play as well. GG. GG, well played. ByuN did pull him apart. That leads us into our next match. Leads us into our next series. As we have our second semifinals ready for us. We're dropping in. We are dropping in.